Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Shyvana commentary that we will be going over for the flavor of the week. This is for Ladder Up Gaming, and this is the first commentary that we're doing on the channel. So if you guys have any comments or critique, please leave them in the description below. In the other video, we briefly go over things. In this one, we'll give a little bit more in-depth on why we choose certain runes, or why I chose certain runes, and we're also going to go over a gameplay video. So that'll be fun. And I did this one quite a while ago, so I don't really remember anything of it. So that'll give you a fresh idea of what I was thinking at the time. First things first, we'll go over our runes. Our runes that we show in the video are going to be Press the Attack in the Precision Tree, Triumph, Legend, and Coup de Grace, or Coup de Grace. Triumph is just nice because it gives you some of your health back. Nothing else here really does a whole bunch for you. In this tree, you can go with either probably Electricity or Tenacity, depending on how much CC the enemy has. Because Shyvana gets armor boots a lot of the time, Tenacity or Legend Tenacity is pretty good. And then in the last tree, Coup de Grace is really nice for finishing off those targets that you get onto, because Shyvana doesn't have a lot of burst damage. So anything that helps her out is pretty nice. Now, the secondary tree is where you'll find more customization. What I take is Magical Footwear and Approach Velocity. Both of these things kind of reduce Shyvana's weakness, where you get boots and then the boots are a little bit quicker. And you get these around 10 minutes and then minus 30 seconds per kill. And then Approach Velocity allows you to get more movement speed. And the range is quite large, 1,000. And this also works on any type of movement impairing effect. So the Frozen Mallet, which Shyvana rushes, actually triggers Approach Velocity. So it's kind of good synergy there. You can go into Resolve Tree and you can get stuff like Unflinching and Iron Skin and Mirror Shell and stuff like that. Other people go into the Sorcery Tree and get Celerity, which gives you movement speed, and 8% of the bonus movement speed is added to your AD, and also Water Walking, which allows you to run quicker in the river. So this is another option that some people take. It's either sorcery with like Celerity and Water Walking, or you'll see some people go into Resolve for some defensive stats, but for the most part I found and only used Magical Footwear and Approach Velocity, and it worked out pretty great. Now for my items, see this? I think this is a rune set. Nope. Where'd it go? This one? It is not this one. Alright, we'll check out the items. And Kettering is the next flavor. So here you can see that I get the attack speed jungle item every single time. It's necessity. You can't go with any other one. You don't want Cinder Hulk because of how many tank items you get afterwards. You need the attack speed to help reduce the cooldown of your ultimate and also your Q, as well as applying that Frozen Mallet as often as possible. Now, Frozen Mallet is my go-to item every single time. No matter what, I get Frozen Mallet second. This is a necessity. You have to get Frozen Mallet second. Again, it's the only reason why Shyvana can work right now, because she gets kited so easily. Now after that, you can go into Randuin's, which is a pretty good item all around. It gives you some armor and health, and it also will allow you to slow enemies, which will allow you to proc that Approach Velocity, and it'll also help your team catch up and whatnot, so that's pretty great. Now some options I get are Gargoyle Stoneplate is pretty good if you just want to jump in and soak a lot of damage and then run out. It's pretty good. You can also get Thornmail if they don't have much AP. If they do have a lot of AP, I usually go for Gargoyle Plate first. I don't really like getting Adaptive Helm or anything on Shyvana. It feels kind of wonky, but if you have to, you can. Most of the time, Gargoyle Stoneplate is more than enough, but you can go for different items as well. I didn't ever find myself building Wit's End, although it is possible for Magic Resist. It's just attack speed kind of feels weird on melee champions, because what happens is even if you can attack twice per second, that doesn't mean you're going to get to attack twice per second, right? Because you're going to be getting kited a lot of the time. So be careful with Wit's End and stuff like that. Never get Sunfire Cape. It's just not worth it. It's better to just stack Branduin's and Gargoyle Stoneplate. I never really got Deadman's Plate. I never found like I needed it. So GA is something you can get sometimes. How do I go for this? I did find myself building GA, I think once or twice. So that one is pretty good. Let's just do this. Oh, you can't do that. Okay, let's just do this for now. I didn't find myself ever building Locket, although it's possible that you can in situations where you don't have anyone else building Locket. Locket doesn't sound that bad. Health. In the health tree, again, Branduin's, Thornmail. If you have to, you can get Adaptive Helm, but I didn't really like it. The CDR doesn't do a whole lot for you because your cooldowns are so low anyway. You don't really want Spirit Visage because you don't have anything to heal off of. Titanic Hydra is a huge bait. This item is, you build it 5% of the time. If you see anyone building this more than that, they're probably doing it wrong. This item costs way too much. It doesn't get you as tanky as you want. It's just unreliable overall. Just rush Rose and Mallet and then go full tank and you'll have a great time. As you saw, my win rate was actually, I think, 90% in ranked, and then I also won a ton in normal games. Health regen, Warmogs is possible, but again, this is just like if they have a lot of magic on the enemy team, you can go for this, but I don't really like going for it. And then magic resist, Hex or Maw of Mortius is optional. I prefer Gargoyle Stoneplate over that, so my order would be like Gargoyle, Adaptive, Hex Shrinker, and then Wit's End, but it all depends on the game. And then again, you can get Locket if you have to. So let's hop into a gameplay review. Okay, so I don't remember anything about this game, so we're just going to try to skim through it and see the most important parts of this one. I played this one a few days ago, well, a few weeks ago. It's been Christmas break, so hope you guys all had a good break. Here, I'm starting on the red buff, and then I'll run to Raptors, and I explained this in my the other video. I always try to have my abilities up, and I kill the small ones first. It's very important so that you don't get wrecked because they do a lot of damage, and you don't want to get hurt by that. This is a pretty standard start. I should rush over to blue next, or wolves, then blue, and then Gromp, sorry. And I have this pathing in the flavor of the week video. So the enemy jungler is Warwick. He just ganked top. I left the Gromp alone just because I thought maybe I could catch somebody, but I really just want to take the Scuttle Crab. Since my top laner died, he probably uses summoners. I didn't press tab to check, and I'm not in spectator right now. And so I'm kind of worried for him, so I really want to make sure that I get that Scuttle Crab down for him, just to add the extra benefit of having some safety. Now here, I was kind of thinking of going over the Blasting Plant and trying to fight Warwick. I do have Smite, but I decided that it was a little bit too risky, and I'm just going to take his Raptors. Again, I discussed this in the Flavor of the Week video. Warwick isn't an AoE jungler, and most AoE junglers will skip their Raptors, and that's something Shyvana can take advantage of. So make sure you're checking that out every now and then. Here, I go back to farm the Gromp, maybe? Let's see. No, I just go home. I don't even bother getting Gromp. I decide that I've taken too much time. I don't want to spend all this time going back to Gromp. I feel like it's just a waste. I have my item, and I can solo a dragon. So again, the blue side, Shyvana, can always use the Blasting Plant to jump over the dragon wall, unless for some reason an enemy has taken it or your ally has taken it. Here I'm just giving some feedback to my top laner. Yo, good job. Now, I dropped the pink ward, but I might not have had to because the Warwick has been top lane twice now, and the mid laner died. So the chances that the bottom lane wants to even contest dragon is low, but it's always good too if you have the extra money. Now after dragon dies, I believe I run into Warwick here, and again, when the dragon dives, everyone can hear it. I don't have support from bottom lane, and so that makes us in a really awkward position, so I just want to run. I have flash, but I didn't panic, I just ran away. Warwick can't really do anything, and now I'm going to start probably another full farming run. Shyvana gets ahead by farming a lot, and even though I know that my top laner probably needs a little bit of help considering he got 2 ganks, your early game is all about trying to get to 6, because without 6 and without red buff, you're kind of weak when ganking. You really have to get those flanks off. So here I'm going for another farming run. I'm farming Raptors, Gromp, and then I'll go home. And here you can't really buy boots, so I get armor because I think that Warwick might be a pain, and also Dravens can be a pain as well. So I'm going to pick up armor. What else? What actually do I go for? I just sold it. I guess I'm contemplating. Maybe I get a health crystal or something instead. I think that'll be more valuable. Oh, I just saved up for the recurve bow. Okay, I think I probably waited a little bit too long there. I think that was probably a big waste of time. I think I could have just gotten armor and run, but I did not, so I'll go with that. Or we can test my red buff. Again, I don't remember anything from this game. So right now, mid lane and bottom lane are shoved in, and my top lane is pushing. So either Warwick can farm his jungle, gank my top lane again, or he can use his bottom lane's advantage to try and fight me. And so he does run in. He has his blue buff. That's something I have to notice. That means that he's already gone to his side. And here I'm just trying to reset it or smite it. I'm just trying to get some vision of him. So he did mess me up pretty hard, but if he jumps onto me, he's got no escape, right? So I wasn't really too worried about that. Plus I could flash away, and I saw that my team was collapsing. So here, when you're in this situation, Warwick has to get away. Otherwise we get an assist and doubles back, and he'll just get a kill. So technically it's worth the trade. And if he ulties me, then he has to use his flash to get out. And if he doesn't have his flash, then he's dead, so I was okay with it. Here I have W spinning, I have my ulti and flash. So this is a pretty standard kill. A very straightforward kill. If he flashes, then I flash, he has no pull. And I'm going to push this in because Zoe has to leave. Now I think Zoe could have probably come and hit this because Warwick and Vlad are both dead. But she doesn't. And now because Warwick was dead, I'm going to try to get something for it. I could have gone for the red buff here. I probably should have, but I really wanted to try to help this chase out. And I got stuck behind the golems. So be careful with that. That could get you killed if the enemy jungle is around. Yeah, I get stuck behind the golem, so I'm forced to clear them. And then I'm going to try to gank this Annie. Now arrow goes wide. I'm running in. She has stun, but she doesn't have bear. So I wasn't too scared. And then I get a little bit hypey here. Oh, I traded. So trading wasn't the worst. Most notably because if you look at the creep wave, let's look back. Again, sorry, I'm not in spectator for this one. But if we look at the creep wave, it looks like it's doing okay to push towards us. They have one extra creep, and since it's in the middle, that is enough to push towards as long as Jace doesn't hit it too much. The closer to the tower you get, the more enemy creeps you need. And Warwick here pushes, so if Jace can farm this, it's pretty nice too. So, you know, it was kind of unfortunate, but we'll take it. So here I'm going to contest my blue buff because I hope that Warwick doesn't take it. And then I should try to get a big farm run off. Okay, so here, I think I actually pinged Warwick off. Yeah, here we go. He's farming my stuff, I think, which is what I typed. No worries, BKR. So I don't need them to come. I'm not really worried about it. But if they can collapse, I would like them to. And as we see, they show up, they trusted me, and now we just need to punish him. So I ping that we should take the blast cone. Here it says targeted the blast cone, and it's okay. He has to blow his ulti to get out. It's right there, you see it? Every time the Warwick blows his ulti to get out is one time he doesn't blow it on a gank. He got a Gromp and my blue buff for his ulti. You know, I'll take it. It's not the worst trade. It's fine with me, so we'll take it. So here I should try to do a full farm run. No. I guess I want to help bottom lane out. This kind of would be a big waste of time running across like this. Oh, okay, so Jace teleports. So I continue to go. And it seems okay. They just crush it. I should be looking to find somewhere to farm or to dive this guy. One of the two. So we have 4 here. I think what I'm doing here is I'm waiting for the creep wave to push up. Yeah. So I wait for the creep wave to push up. Now we have it here. I'm going to try to flank. And if they run away, I should just back off. My goal here is to take the tower, especially with Annie just solo pushing up top. I don't want to get into anything too long lasting. If I cause Jace to die here, then Annie gets to free farm like 5 waves for free. And Jace is going to be really far behind if he dies. So instead, we just secure the tower. Jace should go home, and we should kill the dragon. Ashe and Teemo should help me kill the dragon. And then if for anything goes wrong, I still have 2 smites. Well, you can only use 1 smite at a time, but I'll just ulti out, so it's fine. So I really do think Jace should have left. I don't think he needed to help me there. Now here, we're looking for a gank onto Vladimir. And I kind of flubbed this up a little bit. We lose vision in the bush, I think, right here. And I just want to make sure that he can't kill me. And going into dragon form gives me a little bit more tankiness, so I was just making sure I didn't die to that ultimate for no reason. And then here, Warwick dies again, I believe. Now notice how I didn't go by Warwick. I didn't give him the chance to last hit me, and that's really important. Understand that you're too low HP, you just back off. So here, only golems are up. My red buff is up soon, but it's not up yet, and I have about 1200 gold on me, so I should go home, maybe purchase boots, maybe purchase a Jarm's Fist, or I might try to farm his jungle because Warwick just died. So I do go for the blue buff on the enemy side. We have vision of 4. We don't know where Vlad is yet. By vision of 4, I mean I saw 2 mid, Nami and Draven, and I saw 2 dead on the ticker on the right hand side. So I have enough information that I can come in here and steal the red buff. Now I have a lot of money on me and I'm low HP. I don't know if I really want to pick up the red buff. I don't feel like we can do a whole lot, so I think maybe picking up red buff here would be a mistake, but I do take it. I guess my thought process in this game was Warwick has been counter jungling me quite a bit, so maybe I should just take it out of the way first. And that's what I decided to do. Now there's no objective on the bottom side of the map, so I ran top and I smited Annie. I have a red buff. I'm very fast. I have my free boots and she has rank 1 boots, so I can keep up with her with dragon form and red buff, and I just run up and I kill her. Let's go over that again. Notice how I didn't wait for her to really get a vision on me. I just needed to know that I could get 1 auto attack on her. That's it. 1 auto attack and she's dead. I don't even have frozen mal yet, so Annie without any type of mobility, she's really a sitting duck. Here, I can push top lane. I can go for Rift Herald. I can just go for a big farming run. It just depends on how many people are dead. I don't like leaving Ashe alone bottom with his Vladimir. It's probably just going to get her killed, and we can see Warwick heading down there. So I think most likely what happens is we just send 1 or 2 people to hit top lane a few times and then go solo Rift Herald while Ashe gets some backup. But what happens is that leaves mid lane open, so you just gotta be careful with spreading your resources a little bit too thin. If you don't think you need help killing the tower, as I didn't here, tell your team to back off. The Zoe and the Teemo, while it is appreciated, their time here was not well spent. They could have stayed mid, helping out Jace, or Jace could have stayed bottom to help out Ashe, while Zoe and Teemo stayed mid. So just try to be aware of what your team is doing and maybe help them do something a little bit more valuable. So here I'm going for a flank. This is the best way to gank. If I see any type of CC, I saw the bubble, I'm just gonna jump in. Now I just smacked Draven, he died. I peel off. That's it. I got the kill. I don't need to worry about much else. I'm just gonna go for it. Here I spotted Warwick on my Raptors, so I'm gonna try to get vision of him. This is a wild chase. We don't go for this. There's no point in going for that. So now I'm gonna try to get some more farm. and I'll skip through the boring farm parts for you guys. Now Annie's making the same mistake. She's really trying to get this tower. She's not really gripping with her team. And again, I don't even have red buff this time, but I have frozen mallet. So I got the one tag on her, and she's donezo. She has nothing she can do. The creeps did get the tower, but that tower was going down anyway. Don't stress over towers too much, guys. They go down. That's what they do, right? I'd rather get the kill, get her off the map, make sure that she doesn't get anything done for her team, and me not wasting my time running up there, because anything, even the wind, is going to blow that tower down next time around, right? So I'm not going up there to really protect the tower, even though it's nice if I can. It's just about controlling top side. The enemy team decided to try to control bottom side, so what I should do here is I should drop the Rift Herald, which I do right here, and we should just shove hard. Now in situations like this where you're in a race, with Rift Herald and with a stronger team, and you guys are already here, and we saw Vlad's not even helping them, we should just go for it. We should just push. Now I left. I think this was a weird call, but I believe my reasoning was that I don't want to trade a bottom lane inhibitor for a top lane inhibitor. We got the tower, which is fine. I think that's more than enough. We didn't really need to get more than that. But bottom lane inhibitor is a little bit stronger because it's farther away from Baron. Especially when you're ahead, like I'm typing here, you don't need to trade. Losing your bottom inhibitor is really weak for you because it is far away from Baron, and so you give them more opportunities to catch up. So I decided to back off. They didn't go for it. I guess maybe they saw me. So here I'm just going to go for a farm run again. I don't really think we can get a lot done here. And once people are back in position, which again guys, I'm skipping ahead, but I'm just skipping up. I'm skipping me farming. I'm pretty tanky, so I'm looking for a flank. I saw Vlad, I saw Warwick. I'm hoping someone's sticking out, but I don't get lucky. So here I look for red buff. Oh, this is a solid one. Check this out. I believe Ashe uses Hawkeye, I think, or Hawkshot, sorry. So I see a pink ward. I see that the red buff isn't there, but I saw the axe. Now, this is just being confident, pushing your lead, understanding where people were, understanding how far behind my team is. I think I can just mess them up. So I ulti in between, and once I see the Draven, I just go full ham on him. And once he gets out, I just turn, right? So I don't go chasing him off. It's not worth it. We chunked him out a lot. Get a good arrow in, and we should be able to maybe get an inhibitor here. Zoe catches the wave. Not really sure what we do here. Warwick dies. If Vlad dies here, we definitely get the inhibitor, right? Maybe we don't. We're all pretty one-shot for Draven, but I think we should get the inhibitor. So I run into it, but Draven pushes me off. I have red buff. Here I was a little bit annoyed. I said, why go mid? We should just 5-man the inhib, I think. Probably a little bit stronger, but we did not do that. So here I'm going to go defend Baron. Because I'm scared of them. And look how weak Annie was. Her full combo barely killed our support Teemo. That's fine. It's not really a big deal. Now I was looking for her, but I see Warwick. Killing the enemy jungler is pretty big, especially as Shyvana, because you can solo Baron. Well, you can't solo Baron, but you can do Baron pretty easily. So even if the Jace dies, it's pretty worth it. Now, I start it with a pink ward. I don't know if they thought that we would just start it with 2 of our teammates dead, but I did start doing it. I see people coming and I peel off, okay? So don't get too greedy. Know when you have to back off and then back off. Ashe, she gets a little bit crazy and she tanks for a while, so she'll die here, and we just gotta back off and run. My health is half and I have a lot of money on me, so I'm just gonna base. If Ashe dies, she dies, right? It's not a big deal. Now here I'm looking for a fight again mid, and let's see kind of what we go for. They step on a shroom. That's my signal to go in. Now I don't have my dragon form, so that kind of hurts me, right? This is why Shyvana has been weak for a long time. Look at how useless I am against a nobody top laner, and it's taken me forever to do something, right? But the enemy team decides to turn around and engage on us, and I get time for my dragon to come back up, which I should use here. And I think I can just kill them all here. I hit the plant to catch Annie. And then maybe we can run top, maybe we can run Baron. We can do a few things. We can push mid and then go top. They have a big wave pushing, so it's kind of whatever we decide to do. Our team decides not to do anything. That's unfortunate. Infernal, I guess, is free, so that's nice. I base, I'm starting to build towards Gargoyle Stoneplate, I believe. Okay. Alright. So all that happened was we got Dragon after that team fight, and now we're working on getting position again. Here, I see people. I'm going to try to find my ulti on somebody. And I think I actually get a little bit too aggressive here. So I go for Warwick, or I go for Vladimir. I get caught out in a 1v3. Ends up being a 1v4. I did get solo ultied by Nami and by Warwick, but it's still my fault. It doesn't really matter how many ultis they use if we don't get anything for it. And here, because we're so far behind in the fight already, I don't think this goes very well. I think we barely come out of it even. Yeah, it just ends up being a really wonky team fight. I'm already dead, so it doesn't really matter. I just got a little bit too aggressive there. That's kind of what I was talking about. When you go in, if you don't get the engage right away, just back off. It's not worth it. Here, I have eyes on Vladimir bottom, and I see Annie splitting top, so I just run at her because getting a pick like this is Baron. So now it's 3v5 on Baron. We have Teemo Shrooms set up, we have vision control, so we should just rush for Baron. And I believe that's what we do. Okay. Now I have Dragon Form. Sometimes with Shyvana, if the plant is up here, I'll Dragon Form and hit the plant and come back into the pit. Especially against someone like Warwick or anyone who doesn't have built-in dashes, like Lee Sin. If you're against someone like Skarner or something like that, taking those is pretty nice. So here, I'm trying to get pretty hypey. I don't want to throw again. My team isn't ready. I'm missing 2, so I don't try to go too ham. See how I back off, but we should just shove down mid. I'm looking for an ulti, some sort of flank, but I prefer to go top. Here, I'm typing it's open. So again, communication is really good, especially with Shyvana, because you can't force things because you don't have CC, but it's nice to have a good team. Here, my team made a pick mid with Zoe Sleepy Bubble Trouble, and I went ham trying to finish the game, and Vladimir did get away from me, so all I did was tank the tower there. If we watch again, I go for him, we can't get him. Look, I don't go any deeper. What I'm doing is I'm just holding tower aggro, helping my team make sure they don't get tank, and doing my job as just a tank. So this game was pretty good, pretty straightforward. Level 4 solo dragon. After my first base, I used the blasting plant to go get it. Communicating with my team, they collapsed on a Warwick very good. So I was very aware of where Warwick might be this game. Punishing Annie for not having any mobility after I got my red buff and Frozen Mallet was very good. And then after that, it was just a matter of picking people with my ultimate, making sure I came up from behind. Superior control, like right here. Let's see if I can find it. Right here, like this kind of play is so simple. It doesn't require any mechanics. Just, okay, we have numbers. Let's see how to push a number. So great pushing by me and my team, really. I got mid tower, or I got bottom tower of my team, or top tower of my team. I was there for the second tier 2 tower top. I was there for mid. I was there for Herald. So use your mobility to get around, and by mobility I just mean speed. But Shyvana is just, once you get that grip, once you get ahead in farming, make sure you keep farming, because that's how you keep your lead. And you notice how I always try to farm at least the side of the jungle I'm on before I go home. If you guys have any other questions about Shyvana, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below, or join our Discord, which will be in the description below if you guys want to ask more questions and get those answered quickly. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next week with Katarina. Thanks. Take care.